The Honorable Chief Minister will now deliver the Statehood Day speech.
Fellow citizens, I extend warm greetings to the people of Nagaland on the occasion of the 59th Statehood Day. As we celebrate this day, our heart are filled with gratitude to all our leaders who played a pioneering role in the creation of Nagaland, the 16th state of the Indian Union. This year's celebration also coincides with the ongoing nationwide celebration to commemorate 75th years of India's independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and the great achievement of its people. It is close to 6 decades since we got our statehood. In this period, the quality of life
of our people has improved significantly. The expansion of health and education facilities, road and power infrastructures have been especially impressive. Despite achievements in various fields, a lot remains to be done. The government is committed to take necessary steps for all-round development and to ensure that our people are provided with the best opportunities for growth and progress in our state. While our state occupies a unique position in the Indian Union with special provisions in the Constitution, we continue to earnestly wait for a solution of the Naga political issue. The dialogue and negotiation between Government of India and the Naga political groups have reached a stage that gives us hope of an early solution. On our part, all the elected members of the state have come together to form an oppositionless government in the form of United Democratic Alliance in our efforts to facilitate an involving in the negotiations. Friends, we have been collectively fighting the COVID-19 pandemic for almost 2 years. Our hearts are filled with grief over all the precious lives that have been lost. Our sympathies are with those families who have lost their near and dear ones during this trying period. At the same time, we salute all our health care workers, civil societies, church leaders for their ceaseless hard work. The government has constantly monitored the situation and taken timely decisions which help us in dealing with the first and the second wave effectively. We recruited doctors and nurses in hundreds by creating additional posts. We also improved health infrastructure in a short time span. In addition, we are able to set up oxygen generations facilities and deploy advanced equipments. Further, we also added more hospital beds, including modern state-of-art, particularly 200-bedded acute care hospital block in CIHSR, Dimapur, on record time. The facility at CIHSR Dimapur help us to be better prepared for future COVID waves and other medical emergencies. Our people, however, must continue to be watchful and take all preventive steps. And we open up and start the festive season. Use of masks and other precautions must continue. Vaccine hesitancy in some pockets of the district, it is a matter of great concern. Some mischief makers are spreading misinformation, misguiding our people about vaccine through social media. There is no truth in the false propaganda, and such rumors mongering must be stopped. In India alone, 1.22 billion doses, over 80% of our country's population have received a vaccine dose. Within Nagaland, people in Kohima and Dimapur have taken the vaccines with great enthusiasm, and these two towns are safer today. Many villages have completed 100% vaccination of their eligible population, and I congratulate them for this achievement. Others should follow suit. I appeal to all to come forward and take the vaccine. This will make everybody safer against any COVID-19 in future. It will save precious lives. The uniqueness of our culture and talent of our people is fully proven by the success of Hornbill Festival, the Festival of Festivals. The 21st editions of these festivals, which is commencing today, will once again showcase our rich tradition and culture, as well as the talents of our youth in the spheres of arts and music and in other fields. It also provides domestic and international visitors a chance to see the natural beauty that our state has to offer. This year, many of our guests from all over India who attended the 9th edition of the International Tourism Mart, organized for the first time in the state of Nagaland. Some of them will also participate in the festival. I'm happy to announce that in the months of January 2022, our state will be hosting the South Asian Cross Country Championship, which will be clubbed up together with the 56th National Cross Country Championship. This will perhaps be the biggest ever international event to be hosted by Nagaland. It will bring athletes, officials and delegates from many South Asian countries to our state. I appeal to everyone, particularly the sports fraternity, to come forward and support the events to make it a grand success. This event has the potential to take Nagaland to the international sporting events. It has been our continuous endeavor to improve the quality of education in our school and colleges. We are happy that 21 colleges out of the 66 colleges in Nagaland have been accredited by the National Assessment and Accreditation Council, NAC, and many other colleges. Applications are in the pipeline. The Department of School Education has commenced implementing the National Education Policy of 2020 in a phased manner. Various innovative projects are being introduced, such as making the teaching-learning process joyful and production to both students and the teachers. Electricity is the driver of all development, and as we are heavily deficient in power generation, we need to quickly enhance our capacity. Recently, we received approval for the two externally added hydroelectric power project, namely 42 megawatts Lower Tiza and 24 megawatts Zunki, with estimate costs of rupees 559.78 crores and rupees 367.21 crores respectively. In order to further augment our power generation capacity, we will be setting up solar power plants of 10 to 20 megawatts during the coming year. The road networks in the state is expected to see a further boost, with Nagaland PWD and the NHIDCL carrying out several projects in the state. Prominent among them are 78 kilometers of two-laning in Wakha-Mokokchung sector, of National Highway 2 strengthening of existing pavement in National Highway 2, and National Highway 202 and NH 702A. The 4-lane RCC Sandura Bridge on the way to this new capital complex, the first 4-lane bridge in the state, was completed and inaugurated to traffic on 29th November 2021, which you might have come through that. Further, 89 roads and bridges projects, including 22 bridges, are being constructed under PMGSY, covering a total length of 1,107 kilometers, with a total sanctions amount of rupees 2,284 crores. DPRs are also under preparation for the East-West corridor and North-South corridor in the state, in the international border of Myanmar. As part of our commitment efforts to provide world-class infrastructure to our people, we will be inaugurating a long-awaited Capital Cultural Hall today, with a seating capacity of 1,850. This will be one of the premier cultural halls in the country. It will provide our citizens a platform to showcase our tradition, culture, and talents of our state. We had witnessed a drought-like situation in Nagaland this year, and in order to deal with the delayed and erratic rains, we have implemented a crop contingency plan. This will help affected farmers with input support during Rabi season. Our state is giving more focus to organic farming, not only to help farmers fetch better prices for their products, but also to provide healthy and nutritious food. During the 3 years convergence program of NREGA with the Northeastern Initiative Development Agency, Land Resources Department. A notable achievement was also made in our rural areas. By successfully completing 105 spring sheet management projects in 97 villages. In order to strengthen our disaster management capacities, and SDMA is going to start implementing a project of disaster risk reduction roadmap for Nagaland in collaboration with UNICEF. There was an outbreak of African swine fever in some neighboring states. This year, however, the Department of Veterinary and Animal Husbandry did well to prevent the spread of the disease into our state by enforcing strict biosecurity measures. Department also working on setting up of mobile veterinary unit in the state, procuring of 12 mobile veterinary units, a unit for each district in the pipeline. The Department of Soil and Water Conservation has completed construction of the State Soil Testing Laboratory at Kohima, and the same was inaugurated by Sri G. Kishan Reddy, Honorable Union Minister of Tourism, Culture and Donor on 24th September 2021. My dear citizens, development is a joint effort of people and the government. We have worked to facilitate the entrepreneurial initiatives of our youth in undertaking productive activities. During the recent concluded sessions in Nagaland Legislative, we passed the resolution for implementation of the Surface Act in Nagaland. We have passed this act after deliberations with all the stakeholders and after ensuring that the right of our people guaranteed under Article 371A continues to be fully protected. To pave the way for providing financial facilities by the bank to our promising entrepreneurs, we are also taking steps to help unlock the value of assets owned by our people by way of putting in place a legal framework to provide land title documents which will enable them to obtain finance for their project. Access to finance coupled with better infrastructure and connectivity, as well as a peaceful atmosphere, will help our entrepreneurs prosper and contribute to the economic growth of our state. On this 59th State Day, let us rededicate ourselves to work unitedly to take our state forward on the road to peace. The native proverb says, "It is no longer good enough to cry peace. We must act peace, live peace, and live in peace." The growth and development and provide better standard of living all over our citizens in the state. We must work harder on building and improving our human capital. We need to further improve our administrative and governance system to accelerate the pace of development. I appeal to the people to come forward and join hands with the government in our efforts to usher in a new era of peace, development, and prosperity. Thank you. Koknalim. Jai Hind.
the march past begins,
National
photographers and videographers are kindly requested not to obstruct the parade commander. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning, 8 parade contingents are participating in the parade ceremony. The ceremonial parade is led by Parade Commander Dr. Kupe Kafo, Deputy Commandant NAPTC, and Parade 2IC Srimati Madam Kala, Assistant Commandant 15th NAP IR Mahila Battalion. The parade commander is Dr. Kupe Kafo, Deputy Commandant NAPTC. And Parade 2IC is Srimati Madam Kala, Assistant Commandant 15th NAP IR Mahila Battalion. The parade contingents are DEF Kohima, led by Platoon Commander EBSI Nibao Mefo. Fourth NAP Battalion, led by Platoon Commander ABSI Chasel Angami. Ninth NAP IR Battalion, led by Platoon Commander ABSI Diu Chibe. The contingent of 13th NAP IR Battalion is led by Platoon Commander ABSI Isambe Mpame. 15th NAP IR Mahila Battalion is led by Platoon Commander ABSI Weko Kafo. Special Task Force is led by Platoon Commander ABSI Rafakrityo Giri. The Nagaland Police Central Brass Band PTS is led by Platoon Commander ABSI Zachamanguli. And the 15th NAPIR Mahila Pipe Band is led by Platoon Commander Havilder Chuli Trakha.
Now we have a musical presentation, The Gale by MPTS Brass Band and 15th NAPIR Mahila Pipe Band. Ladies and gentlemen, that was MPTS Brass Band and 15th NAPIR Mahila Pipe Band performing the musical presentation, The Gale. Composed by Dorky McLean, The Gale is the main theme to the song, The Last of the Mohicans. The song was written for the Loch Ness Monster Center, and to write this song, the composer imagined a Gaelic community on the banks of Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands.
National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy, Nippon Bharat Mission, is a national mission launched by the Government of India on 5th July 2021 to achieve universal foundational literacy and numeracy for ages 3 to 9 years by 2026 to 2027. This is in line with the National Education Policy 2020, and with its implementation in the state, it is envisaged that every child will achieve the desired learning competencies in reading, writing, and numeracy at the end of grade 3. Now, may I request the Honorable Chief Minister to launch the State Nippon Bharat Mission.
Mike. Dear friends, foundational learning is the basic of all learning for a child. Not achieving basic fundamental skills of being able to read and write with comprehension, doing basic mathematical operations leaves the child unprepared for the complexities of the curriculum beyond grade 3. The National Education Policy 2020 gives highest priority to achieve universal foundational literacy and numeracy in primary school by 2026-27. To achieve this, Nippon Bharat had been set up by the Ministry of Education and Literacy, Government of India, to strengthen the foundation learning of every child. In order to make this mission a success and fulfill its goals and objectives, the cooperation and support of all stakeholders in the schools, community, and the line departments is vital. Each and every individual is responsible for the smooth implementation and success of this program and for empowering the future citizens of our society. On this auspicious State Day, I take this privilege to launch Nippon Bharat Mission, and I look forward to its successful implementation in our state. Where? Come.
National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy, Nippon Bharat, is a national mission which was launched by the Ministry of Education in July 2021. This mission was launched with the aim of achieving the goal of universal proficiency in foundational literacy and numeracy in accordance with the National Education Policy 2020. What is Foundational Literacy and Numeracy (FLN)? Foundational literacy and numeracy (FLN) is the ability to read with comprehension, write and perform basic mathematics operation, and ability to perform basic life skills. Why FLN? Foundational learning is the basis of all future learning for a child. So, when the Ministry of Education has set up a national mission on priority to achieve universal foundational literacy and numeracy in primary schools by 2026-27. This mission will focus on providing access and retaining children in foundational years of schooling, teacher capacity building, development of high quality and diversified student and teacher resources or learning materials, and tracking the progress of each child in achieving learning outcomes of children. The vision of the mission: to create an enabling environment to ensure universal acquisition of foundational literacy and numeracy, to ensure that every child achieves the desired learning competencies in reading, writing, and numeracy at the end of grade 3, and to cover the learning needs of children in the age group of 3 to 9 years. To implement the Nipun Bharat mission, the state shall initially take up series of activities like community outreach program, IEC materials for teachers and students and community leaders, baseline survey on assessing achievement level of learning outcomes for classes 1 to 5 shall be conducted, and capacity building of teachers. The mission shall be implemented through the state, district, and block project monitoring unit. School level committee on FLN shall also be constituted. The Nagaland FLN mission shall include 1,776 government schools having primary sections and 744 private schools involving 261,919 students from pre-primary to class 5. With the launching of Nipun Bharat mission, through the support of the stakeholders and community, we envisage that Nagaland will achieve universal foundational literacy and numeracy by 2026-27.
Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now begin with the cultural presentation. First, we have a song and dance display on Suno Gaur Se Duniya Walo, a very popular and patriotic theme-based song to be performed by Tafma. Check. That was Tafma performing Suno Gorse Dunia Walo. Thank you for your performance. Now we have cultural performances by the Aung Richu Cultural Organization Kohima, the Fashan Tuzi Cultural Troupe Rengma, and the Kamningan Cultural Troupe Kohima. The Aung Richu Cultural Organization Kohima is performing the Hornbill dance. The hornbill is a symbolic bird for the Nagas, regarded as a symbol of value, and the feathers are used to decorate the headgear of the warriors. The perching and movement of the hornbill are closely observed and imitated in the dance performance. This particular dance in performances depicts the graceful movement of the hornbill. The hornbill dance signifies the victory of the warriors over the enemy during the head hunting days. During the ceremony, the whole village is invited to celebrate, and the warriors enact the dance, the rituals of the hornbill drinking water.
The Fushon Tuzi Cultural Troupe is performing the Ngada dance. Ngada festival is the greatest festival of the Rengmas. Ngada celebration marks the completion of the year. It celebrates forgiveness, sharing, and benevolence. During this time, the Rengmas pay the highest tribute to their ancestors, who gave them a distinct and unique identity. The people share the joy by performing folk dances and songs. Ngada dance is performed to demonstrate skills such as hauling, flicking of dows, spears, and train the young people to become smart and active and develop human values.
The Kiamlingan Cultural Club Kohima is performing a folk song titled Shuo King Zu. The song can be performed both by singing and dancing simultaneously during festivals or occasions. This is a song that denotes happiness and harmony, praising the Almighty God for the good and the peaceful times. The song also depicts about the congenial atmosphere, the place, the congregation, the hosts, and the guests for the commendable and beautiful occasion. Thank you, the Ao Cultural Troupe, the Rengma Cultural Troupe, and the Kiamlingan Cultural Troupe. The Honorable The Honorable Chief Minister will now inaugurate the photography exhibition on glimpses of the history of the state. You are requested to kindly proceed towards the photography exhibition stall. And with that, we have come to the end of today's program. Thank you all for your participation.